Look out!
What the hell is...
Stay calm, Law.
You just had to make things difficult for us, didn't you?
What are you muttering about? Focus or you'll get hurt.
Don't worry. I'll have this wrapped up in a flash.
Incineration wave!
Exploit the enemy's weakness.
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! I owe you one. Incineration wave! I can't move!
Don't leave me! Turn the level! Magic is there!
From beyond,
Let me help.
imbue
Lightning
this
is there! Thunder blade! Illuminate the dark!
I can handle it.
Holy glimmer!
Not done
Holy
yet!
lamp! A chain between heaven and
Double
earth!
demon fang!
A wailing
Incineration wave!
Far enough.
Dragon form!
Now!
Double me! In an instant! Impact block!
What did I tell you? Don't get in our way!
Double demon fang!
Air thrust!
Onyx spear!
Chain
Incineration
between
wave!
heaven and earth! A wailing banshee of lightning!
Flames?
Watch out! It's changing its attack!
Where are you going?
Lightning orb!
Easter!
Radiant! More with
Down on the ground!
Raging
Demon fang!
cascade!
Will this
Incineration wave!
Ready to go.
Forgive me.
Healing
This is
circle!
my fault.
Here's the evil!
You do the same for me.
Now you see what I can
Still
do!
got some fight left in me.
Far enough.
Radiant spear!
Thanks!
Lightning! Down storm!
No escape!
I'm all stuck up! Annihilation!
Double demon fang!
Heaven and earth!
It's time to finish this. Die. Consuming wildfire.
I'm only getting started! Burning strike!
I'll bring you back from death to this. Will this
No
help?
rest for the wicked.
The flame inside me
Now,
yearns to be let free!
Over the stockpile!
Not today!
Everlasting dawn.
Wide open!
Won't escape me.
Here I come!
Nothing gets by me.
Dragon form!
A wailing banshee of lightning! Freeze lancer! It's getting stronger! Here's a healing art!
It's switching up its movements! Watch out!
Oh, violent darting wind! Carve now! Seal!
Denied.
Let me help!
Double demon!
First aid!
Make it in time.
Raging
Come on,
storm! Labeled
Now
fury!
you see what I can do!
Burning strike!
Glacial spear.
Here's the evil! Lightning orb! Freeze lancer! Raging cascade! Breath! Purge malevolence! Magic is there! I'm only getting started! I'll be saving this one!
Orochi's fury!
Down on the ground! Everlasting dawn!
Double demon fang!
Rain down and fury!
I never miss.
Meteor! I can hear!
Double demon fang!
Here's a healing art! First aid!
Resonate with
Double
the earth.
demon fang! Double demon!
Denied.
Dragon form!
Take this.
Thanks!
The waters of creation! Dance in mortal
Flame inside me yearns to be let free! You picked the wrong fight! Stay away from my friend! I owe you one!
Bring you back from
Thunder
death to this.
field!
Explosive ring!
More with that gun! Here comes! Photon raging cascade!
My turn!
Radiant freeze lancer! All disasters heightened! Come forth, the helix of purity!
Incineration wave!
Lamp shot! Here, let me help! First aid! Take care of...
You'll pay for that! Listen to it!
Denied.
I'm ready!
Air pressure! Imbue this favorite soul with life! Now or never.
Burning strike!
In a bind?
I've still got some fight left in me. Here's a healing art. Do it!
Remote!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Here, let me help.
Here I come!
The waters of creation!
It's over!
Right! That'll make things easier.
Incineration wave!
It's this it?
Water this time!
Can't it just make up its mind?
First aid!
From beyond, imbue this
Photon
vanquished
blast!
soul with love.
Where would that came from?
Benediction light.
Not done yet!
Here's the call! Magic is here!
Incineration wave! Try harder!
It's not too late to bow out. I'm not looking to get our tails handed to us. That's exactly why.
Blah, 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 never
You take it.
Double demon blast!
Break this night.
Incineration wave!
It's weakened!
This ends now! Dragon Swarm! Double demon fang!
Rending you apart.
Incineration wave!
Explosion!
Far enough. Regenerate.
You picked the wrong
Raging
side!
cascade!
Dragon Swarm!
Don't suffer.
The waters of here's the healing arc!
Seismic
Here's the
blast.
mortal droplet!
Catapult.
By the field!
Armor won't save you.
Here, let me help. Photon blast! I won't give up!
You! Stay away from my friend!
Imbue this
I'll be
vanquished
saving
soul
this
with
one.
love. Resuscitation.
Raging storm!
Double demon fang! Incineration wave!
Raging storm!
This should do it!
Shine. Radiant light.
This
Force of regenerate. Regenerate. Nothing gets by me. Denied.
I owe you one.
Blood. Rending you apart.
Incineration wave!
Bloody harmony. Anything in armor is all mine.
Here I come!
No.
Can't end here!
Don't give up! Now precipitation!
No rest for the wicked.
Radiant pierce!
I'll smash you.
I'll be saving this one! Precipitation!
Nothing gets by me.
Not done yet!
Far enough.
Lightning condensed!
I'll bring you back from death to
Illuminate
this.
the dark! Come forth!
Incineration wave! Double demon fang!
Here, let me help! Heaven and earth! First aid!
Here I come! Double demon fang! This one's all mine!
I'll heal you all! Blah, 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 magic!
Double demon fang!
Divine savior!
Not a chance!
A whirling struggle!
Strike!
Wind
Not
of
today!
First force!
Double demon fang!
Sleep now!
Incineration wave!
Look sharp!
Lightning tiger blade.
Dragon Swarm!
Lightning on! Wait! Where'd the water go?
It's all dried up.
It's... so bright!
It's a pain is what it is.
Double demon fang!
I'm all stuffed up!
Incineration wave!
Mega ray! Waters of creation! Dance immortal droplet!
Far enough.
Healing circle! Where's the stockpile?
Incineration wave!
It's in the sky, it's mine!
Take this!
This one's mine! More where that came from!
Grind you into dust.
Here's a healing arc! First aid!
The flame inside me!
Knock it into next week.
We've got him on the run.
Don't get cocky!
Right. Still anyone's fight.
Another laser!
Explosive ring!
Fire flame! Fire!
Burn!
The waters of creation! Dance immortal droplet! Sleep now! More for the stockpile!
Ready to go.
I'll
Denied.
heal you all!
No rest for the
More where
wicked.
that came from!
Orochi's Fury!
Heal force!
Rotating pile
Orochi's Fury!
Lightning raging
Double
healing
demon
circle!
fang!
Take this.
Pull myself up! Ready up here! Seal! More for the
Orochi's
stockpile!
Fury!
Shattering
Ammo.
the pieces. Attack.
Orochi's
Ready!
Orochi's Fury!
Lightning Orb! Eat sir! More with that burning thrust! Where are you going? The waters of creation!
Not today!
Dance in
I'll
mortal
bring you back
droplet!
from
Turtle
death
Demon
abyss.
Fang!
Feel
Incineration Wave!
precipitation! More for the stockpile! Riddle you all! Wind Astral Energy! More with the healing circle! Burn malevolent! Round up a close one! Water, hear my call! Raging sword! Burning
Denied!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Take
Freeze
this!
lancer!
Incineration Wave!
Prepare to be Armor won't save you!
Confiscated!
In a bind?
Healing
Can't
circle!
move!
I'm grateful.
No dawn
Bring
shall
you back
break
from
this
death
night.
abyss.
It's in your hands now.
Not done yet!
Thick as dead!
You're mine!
I'll bring you back from death abyss. Do it!
Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
It was some sort of a Zoogle that could...
The true form of the phantom flower?
What makes you so
Because...
What the...
Whoa!
What the hell is that?
Whatever it is!
You guys, calm down. It's probably... I read about it it's not dangerous at all.
So that's how it got...
Positive.
Cyslodia.
You could be right.
Sure.
Well, sure.
Hey, besides,
Yeah, I get...
it's such a gorgeous...
Right.
It took a lot to get here.
I didn't do all that.
Well,
Hey,
oh, it looks like you can see out.
huh?
That treasure. What a sweet sounding ring it has.
You really think so? Need to be stronger.
get...
Great! Why?
Yeah.
You... And then she has to come along and...
Hey, you're looking a little red there. You working up a fever, or...?
You dummy!
What did I do?
You can never be...
Hey!
No choice. You're mine!
In the wind!
Crush!
Air
You try harder! Not a chance!
Leave the poison to me!
By the power of water!
Your reflexes will not serve you
Double
well
demon
here.
fang!
Sleep now!
Double demon
I'll
fang!
be safe with this one!
No dawn shall break this night.
Incineration wave!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Now!
Yeah! And probably to me!
Let the marksman handle this!
Water!
Both hear my call!
Ready and ready!
Laser spear!
You're mine!
Evil!
No escape! The flame inside me is yours to be let free!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Buckle fang!
Struggle!
Win!
Do it! Wind
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
We can really make weapons with this? Coming through!
Double demon fang!
Eagle Wave!
Double demon fang! Incineration cross blade! Eat dirt!
Magna Ray!
Heal!
I'm all
Take
pumped
this!
up. Magna Ray!
Dragon form!
Annihilation!
Strike! Thunder
All
Smash!
this action
Try
is
harder! My turn! I'm not!
Healing security!
Time to let it rip!
I can carve through armor!
Double demon
And
fast!
raging cascade!
Inspiration wave!
Denied!
Sonic Spear!
Where are you going?
You're mine! Orochi Fury!
Will this help?
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll heal you all!
Take this!
A whirling circle!
Regenerate!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Not today!
Illuminate the dawn!
Wind!
Down, holy quiver!
Searing Gale!
Holy lance! Came between heaven and earth!
No escape!
A wailing
In a bind,
Dancy of lightning!
Thunder! Try harder! My turn!
Lightning!
No escape! Dragon!
Here's a healing!
I can carve through armor!
Dragon Swarm!
Meteor storm! Let me help! First aid!
Begin!
Double Demon Fang!
Here!
Leave the chargers to me!
Let me help!
You're mine!
Take it
I'm not done! This one's all mine!
I'm ready!
In an instant! Impact Block!
We can really make weapons with this?
No further! It's in the sky! It's mine!
Eat death!
Shining supernova!
Severing Wind!
The waters have
Searing Gale!
I'm the truth of
Engaging! Fire support!
Never miss!
Take this! Strike!
Tornado drive!
Here's a healing arc!
Orochi Fury!
First aid!
Ready and raring!
Damn it! Too fast!
Stand back!
You're
I'll
mine!
trip it up! Can't get out of bed!
That's my cue!
Enough, shut him down! Wind!
Now!
I'll stop your movement! And I'll stop your life!
My turn!
Spirit
You're
Blade!
mine!
Reload!
Strike! Voice Blast!
I'm ready!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Breath of life! Heal my weary
Thunderfang!
companions!
Here!
Orochi Fury! Here I go! No more!
We managed to pull through.
Soon, we have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens, I'm determined to save Shion and Dana. Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out. This looks like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
For the people of Lenegis,
It's off limits even for Lord?
Being exclusive is one thing, but how many important facilities let in only the Sovereign? Doesn't that seem a little strange?
Strange doesn't cover it. Whoever the Sovereign is, they can't...
Did no one ever talk about it when you were growing up?
No, not that I can remember. Then again, Sovereigns and Forbidden Zones weren't exactly breakfast table conversations.
the Forbidden Zone is a hallowed place, at one with the Sovereign's authority, grounds of the one true ruler who presides over all Renans. That is what we believed this place to be. No, what we were made to believe it was. But now, It is finally time to discover this area's true purpose, and why it was kept hidden behind the scenes for so long. I think I can make this work.
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
These are experiment records, by the looks of it. Reams of them. A composite being capable of controlling Dahnan astral energy, so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup. The creation of a governing central figure, taking the form of a Dahnan. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign.
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy that must be the Master Core's. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the Lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renan citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renans are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
What is it? Did you find something?
It's a list of names, with the title, Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait, I think I've found one that was successful. Test Subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique Adjustment Index, Generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
They've re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Alphen.
It's fine, really. What about the others? Was I the only one?
Test Subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique Adjustment Index, Generation, NA. Given name, Volron.
Volron? But that means...
He's only Sovereign because someone made him that way too.
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
Upon victory, the Sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new Sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told. But according to these records, there have only ever been 2 Sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the Sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right?
Crown contests have been held this whole time, meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie.
The Red Woman?
It's possible. She could be working for...
Either way,
What about the data records?
not that I can see. There's nothing here about who's behind all this. I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you.
I'll do that.
So this is... Only 2 Sovereigns. So was there really...
Dohalim.
Alphen,
But
if that were to...
Yeah,
That's right.
If you ever...
And I would...
Naori,
don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Renan never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Alphen. Farewell.
Naori...
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But... If I don't head back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes. And this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough. Please, live for me, Alphen.
vision.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I would...
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She gave the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect her at... Naori was the one who... But... that mask on me. It made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
This place. We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Of course. After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there are...
Naori?
What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then...
Is this another memory?
What we did back then. Not so all in the name of a ceremony. A sovereign. They linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself?
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees, with the destructive force now slumbering inside of me. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the case. That's what I hoped. But the Renis Alma was lost. And Alphen, the Sovereign, was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted. Even if by doing so, Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too.
Wait, you can't just...
Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Dahnan voice speaking through her?
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore During the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Shion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would—
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renis Alma. Shion.
It's possible?
I do.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance.
I know it's too early to let my— Just hearing there's the slightest chance—
No, it...
Rinwell's right.
Thank you.
starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way.
Yeah.
I too shall lend my services.
And they say modesty is dead.
How do you know it's me they're following? Now let's get moving, shall we? Thank you, Naori. So Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened? You pay. The reason you—
Is the
thorns.
It all leads.
When I never— The truth is about the touch of holding hand, embrace all the is it real? I'm so— What if it—
That's not— I'm here to forget. We're going to live a normal— There are a lot of things.
Yeah, I know, and it's for my—
You're worth—
I believe—
Good. I'll keep on until our future.
Sounds like this Naori chick.
Her position demand.
Yeah.
Not on—
That's as if
Which base?
You.
Tona.
she's come.
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
After everything we've been through to get here?
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
This is it, guys.
We're a long way from the residential quarters now.
Yeah, you're right.
Except the...
In a portion...
Maybe he...
This place... Still...
Hold up.
When a...
That depends.
The void that...
In that case...
Now I'll...
Shut up!
Volron! He really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself. Reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but... Are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now,
We need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alphen, look!
The Red Woman! So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible? What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Renna.
They're not feeling particularly talkative.
It's no use, Alphen. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand. Double Demon Fang! It's on! Incineration Wave!
Radiant light!
No! Can't end here!
Don't give up!
Another incantation ruined.
Resuscitation! Eat dirt!
Not done
Think
yet!
again! I never miss!
Double Demon Fang!
Mega Ray!
Incineration Wave!
Gemini Aqua! Dance to the wind! Air Spanish without a trace!
Here I come! Oh, this one's all
Healing circle!
Orochi's Fury!
Now to pull myself together.
Burn!
Radiant Pierce!
Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave!
Healing circle!
Thanks!
Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
Double Demon Fang! Take it! Dragon Form!
Your dreams!
Double Demon Fang!
Here's a healing arc!
Incineration Wave! No! Can't end here!
You don't believe me!
Down on the ground!
I'll bring you back from death to day! Storm! A whirling sky is mine!
Elusive
Winds of heaven!
Coyote! Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
By the power of flame!
Incineration Wave!
This one's mine! Rain down and purify all!
Denied!
Double
Meteor storm!
Incineration
A
Wave!
whirling struggle!
Flame inside! Take this!
Winds of heaven! First force!
You picked the wrong fight! Try harder!
Here's a healing arc! Last one rain!
I'm not done!
I can do this all day!
Double Demon Fang!
Do it!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! The waters of creation! Dance!
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve!
What?
It's self-destructed?
Alphen!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Who said you could touch that?
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much. So you know this place?
Naturally. It was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart.
Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me?
You cut me down. Sovereign or not,
You will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alph, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Voron was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became a
slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renan and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renan and Dana are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
Serenus Alva!
Too late! You can't stay here!
We need to go. Alphen!
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am...
Are you two okay?
Yeah.
Is Volron...
We can but hope.
Those red women, could they be the ones behind all this?
What?
Whatever's stolen, the future's ours. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Ren?
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human.
So this thing over on Rena...
They have the Rena Salma in their grasp already.
Then we're agreed.
But seriously, I was not expecting Volron to actually be here.
I didn't...
Tell me about...
They
So...
Is the most...
How about you? No, I had just...
Unfortunately...
Both se...
Yeah, they...
Of the trash.
Oh, bring him down! The wise warrior knows when to call it quits. If you won't bow out nice.
What the...
The lights are all out.
Doe?
You two?
Faria,
Avakir filled me in.
She doesn't remember a thing.
He told me about Tarnigan.
what difference does...
Stop casting me off!
Faria, not now.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to...
You're an elite technician, though.
If so,
Panic's begun to set in among us. But this time, not so much as a peep.
Forget the Sovereign.
What's that supposed to mean?
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind that is, if he ever even existed.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering...
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegis from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that.
But how do we do that?
Riots feed on discontent and...
At ease. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegis right now?
Lenegis wouldn't have...
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still ones.
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegis. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Eldaman and Sia.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid. As people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the Lords and Sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among many. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
Your speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing. Was it true?
It's still
But...
I can believe it.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that.
You...
I have business I must take care of first. But not as your Sovereign. Nor as a leader, the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But... how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegis, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like... oh, I don't know. Musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I feel like...
You go finish whatever it is you've got.
Thank you.
I guess you're not going to...
Indeed.
The people of Eldaman and besides...
Sounds like you're in it.
How could I not be? From this day forth, though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Looks like the people of Lenegis...
In one sense.
You?
I was complicit in when a lord...
I think the ability to... Zephyr...
Even if it... or... this Zephyr...
There's just...
How long have you known?
Known what?
About the darkness.
Why ask? But...
So basic...
Leave the... If my well then.
Kisara? Among us. You were thinking about...
I was just thinking how good it was but now...
So...
Oh, it probably...
Must be... a pretty...
All this, if Do...
Thought we'd find answers on Lenegis, but we...
You can say that again.
That can wait for...
Yeah.
All the answers have to...
So, what...
We know nothing.
It's also in...
If we come across... What? Damn!
Our course has been altered.
What's that?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands.
That's bad.
Quite bad.
Is all of this the Red...
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone!
A flower.
But that flower looks like it's absorbing all of...
And it appears Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here.
If that's true, do you think the people back...
Damn it! Haven't they taken enough?
The flower of oblivion.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis.
Unfortunately, yes.
Can you fix it?
Starships are...
So what?
I don't believe this. We're watching...
Law, calm down!
Right.
It's still too early to get...
Alphen.
Ah!
Now what?
The starship, it...
No, this is different.
We managed to get moving.
It looks like Lenegis...
Do you think we might run into more Renans?
Perhaps.
We haven't been ambushed.
Hey!
If they wanted to attack us...
Boo! How come?
It's co-
Yeah.
oh.
Staying...
I still...
Yeah.
I've only ever...
Still beats me.
Rena and... But to think...
Dohalim.
Okay. That beam...
That's what it...
Perhaps...
Which would mean...
Try to stay... What is it?
No, it's some...
You made it You notice?
This place looks a lot like that room.
Huh? It's one of those!
A red woman in disguise. Or is this their true form?
So it was a trap?
It doesn't look like it can move. Tell me, are you the one who brought us here?
That is correct. It is unusual for me to have unexpected guests these days.
It can talk.
What are you? Hevrect 35.
Correct.
What is this place? No, wait, before that...
Before I answer, I have a question for you.
We did not come to this place by choice. Our ship was brought here against our will.
In that case, we can assume my brethren who serve the Great Spirit have deemed you all to be a threat most grave.
What do you mean, serve? Are you saying there really is someone more powerful than the Red Women?
What did you do to...
I examined your bodies. You have not been harmed in any way. Identifiers detected. The Sovereign and Maiden are among you.
Oh, good.
Do you think we can...
Like it or not.
I shall now answer your questions. We are Helganquil. The Red Women you encountered previously are a form of disguise we employ from time to time, but not our true form.
Helganquil?
You are on Dake Phasol, a celestial base which drifted here by accident. The will of Rena's Great Spirit no longer reaches us here. Since my sudden separation from the Great Spirit's influence, I have used any and all means to extend my lifespan. As I have done so, I have also set out to monitor and research Rena and Dana from this position.
A question. What is this Great Spirit of which you speak? Is it something that rules over your kind?
Correct. The Great Astral Spirit is a large mass of astral energy that fills all of Rena, one with its own will, a voice we cannot refuse.
A voice? Just like Dana.
The voice of the Great Spirit speaks to our hearts directly, and we have served it without question, throughout the ages.
Does that mean it was controlling your minds? Wait a second. Could this great spirit be the true sovereign of Rena?
The true ruler of Rena. It could be the same thing that's controlling Volron.
Wait, back up. You're telling us this great spirit of yours is the one that ordered you things to harvest? I'm not sure.
Why not?
Maybe not.
Dana's will hasn't been forcing us to do anything.
Yeah, but...
Let's assume that what Hevrecht... Even if we had previously been under the control of Dana's will.
Your fear is not based in logic. The voice of Dana is much smaller and quieter compared to that of Rena's great spirit. Rena's astral energy is amassed at its center, whereas Dana's is shared among all its constituents. So thinly is that energy spread that it cannot coalesce and formulate a will.
Which explains why we felt its will where we did.
The Great Spirit's desire is to consume all astral energy, and as a result, it has turned its attention toward Dana.
Is that why the crown contest is necessary?
Indeed. And it was to that end that we Helganquil devised the crown contest. Had the initial spirit channeling from 300 years ago succeeded, all of Dana's astral energy would have been seized.
But the ceremony failed. Lenegis was severely damaged, and you lost both the Sovereign and the Renasolma.
Correct. A change in plan was required to ensure the spirit channeling's success. That is why we turned to Dana.
So that was the real purpose behind the crown contest. An efficient means to harvest the necessary energy from Dana.
This is all happening because of me.
Nevertheless.
First, it was to confirm the identities of you, my unexpected visitors. Second, it was to ascertain whether you would be likely to accept my request.
A request?
I wish for you all to slay the Great Spirit.
I'm sorry, did you just ask us to kill your master?
I did. It is in your best interest that you do so, I might add.
What makes you say that?
Lenegis has entered the final stage of the spirit channeling plan. As we speak, Dana's energy is being harvested en masse and transmitted to Rena. If nothing is done about the Great Spirit, it will not be long before all is lost.
We won't let that happen.
Why do you want us to kill the Great Spirit so badly? Is it to save our world? To free you, Helganquil, from under its control?
No. My primary concern is validating our find. As such, it is my desire to see how your actions impact and change these systems. However, I will not deny that vengeance also plays a part.
Vengeance?
In spite of our long service to the Great Spirit.
You mean?
At this stage, it would be wise for you to talk with the others. Ask them what you need to know. Once you have your answer.
Others?
I am the only Helganquil who inhabits Dake Faisal.
Hey!
It's no use. I think it's done talking to us.
You can't seriously be...
To be honest...
At the very... That being...
A spirit of... But what?
It doesn't...
Right.
There is one... How the great...
Now that you...
Maybe it had a... Let's find out. Who are they?
What is...
Oh, my apologies. It's
Are you a
The Overseer told us to answer any questions, but be quick.
What a weird...
He must have meant Hevrecht 30...
And what was that about...
There isn't anyone else around here.
Have you guys lived up here in Dake Faisal with...
Yes. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. We regularly go into stasis, so our sense of time has gotten...
Why are you all even here?
Originally, this station was where we worked to...
We heard that the...
Oh, it was...
And you've been working...
Well...
What do you mean?
The Helganquil. As long as they don't do anything obvious...
Which would explain...
I haven't been... In addition, it's a pretty... I have to imagine...
But aren't the Helgan...
The Great Spirit...
You act like this...
I mean, sure.
Hevrecht 30...
Who can say? Don't you want to go... No way. If we went back after knowing the truth, they'd either just... After all this time, things are going just... Not that it'll be... That said...
Thank you for answering our... Can we talk to you?
Sure.
Please, tell us.
You mean the...
Well, for
Where else?
From Rena? Wait, are you telling us those things live...
Of course.
Excuse me?
Oh,
Apparently not.
Please, tell us.
Well, in a nutshell, the Renans were originally created from Danans by the Helganquil.
But if that's true, then that would mean there aren't any people on Rena.
There aren't. But there are Helganquil. That's what the name literally means in their language. People of Rena.
But what need could they possibly have to create a whole new race of people?
It was a way to bolster their dwindling workforce. In essence, we were created to carry on their work for the great... They gathered Danans who had an affinity for astral arts, and that's why we, as their descendants, can all cast arts.
Let me get this straight.
Wait, that explains why almost nobody can use Astro Arts on Dana now.
Helganquil technology is truly amazing. They have these tiny machines that are practically invisible, which...
Enough!
How can you speak so...
I guess I can see how, but if you ask me, I think if it meant their hands had to get a little dirty in the process... Anyway, the Helganquil are the real Renans. Personally, I don't think it's... They're also mostly the ones behind what you see going on between the two planets.
I see.
Does he really
Dohalim.
Just when I think...
Then let's hope that for a while. Do you know anything about...
If you mean the first...
Yes.
Exactly. The second...
I take it the solution...
We have a winner. For the next... To amend that.
And the crown...
Correct. A new... It was such...
So that's what the purpose of that...
What about the flower that...
Flower? Oh, that thing. That's the... As I'm sure you've noticed...
Heverick 35 mentioned...
It is. Are we done?
He talks like...
You've got to remember that...
It feels like our whole world has been...
Seriously.
Let's take a moment. I know all...
Agreed.
Everything that...
And to get that energy, then the Helganquil created the Renans.
Plus...
Either way, why don't we all...
That's a good... If the Renan... Because it's not... So let's go ahead. You sure you don't...
I could ask you...
I figured out...
I'll go along.
Sounds good.
Everyone's just gone their own...
Everything...
Right.
Well...
But if Heverick...
No.
Really?
Make one.
Oh,
She...
I know...
What do you...
On some level, but if that thing... As for the...
How so?
Coexist... In my case, so...
You kept...
You mean it, but...
I know you're... And...
Even just... I think if we...
Well...
Yeah.
It's no...
Right. In a worse...
And we all...
That's an...
It's true. It won't... But I think... And now...
You both...
How are you?
Yeah. But I was... Danon's...
It wouldn't...
Yeah. But even... So I would...
Renwell.
That great... Dana's...
Now that you met...
Maybe.
We won't... You're not the...
Really?
Did you for...
It was...
Yeah? Law.
I was too... That was... But all this...
I know that...
Oh?
I used... And when I read... But that's...
In other words...
The thing that... All I...
Not everyone.
Huh?
It's some... Law. Forget...
Yeah. I'll fight...
I apologize.
You mean hearing...
Indeed.
Even I...
Let's not... I can only...
That's just... When you say...
Correct. Putting aside...
So...
And at the... There is... And the vic...
I did...
Menens... There had been...
But things...
Indeed. On that...
Oh?
I wish for...
And I...
Yes. However... Is it too...
No.
You're too...
That's...
Then I'll ask...
You don't even...
Thank you.
Well...
What about you?
To be honest, right now.
How do you mean?
Because I thought I would have. It was named how it felt.
I don't think I don't think.
Huh?
When we were, she said that means.
Forgive.
Yeah. If we have.
You know?
It's not, but if I'm there, I think that.
Yeah.
Well, there.
Yes, I.
Well, is everybody.
I am. There's a lot to think about. I don't care who we're up against.
What are your thoughts, Alf?
Like Law said, it's trying to rob us of our. That alone. But it's not only that.
You're saying there's a.
You're referring to the vision of destruction?
Yeah. And to hear Shion tell.
Indeed. And if Rena's great spirit.
Shion's thorn.
We don't know anything for certain.
While the main body.
Shion.
If these thorns really are a part of Ren.
The question is how. Suffice it to say.
And we only know.
Hevric 35. It wouldn't ask us to fight it unless it has a.
So if this.
Even with.
First they.
More important.
Worst comes.
Wait.
In any case.
Right.
Do you have your answer?
We want to ask something. You're asking us to fight an entire. You must have something up.
The great astral spirit is an immense being, but its actual will does not run throughout its entire body. Rather, its will is derived from the core. Therefore, if you destroy the core...
And how are we supposed to destroy?
By using the Renas, you will also need the assistance of both the Using their powers, the maiden shall seal the great astral spirit within her body. And the Sovereign shall...
Hold on. That sounds a lot.
Yeah, killing herself to take out the thorn.
She was actually
By my calculations,
What will happen to the maiden once we manage...
Any matter contained within the field of destruction shall...
So it really will kill me.
This method is the most simple one available to destroy the great...
What are our other options?
There is little reason to consider alternative courses of action when the most optimal among them is so clear.
You don't get it. I promised Shion that she wouldn't die. We didn't fight...
This plan shall lead to the fewest losses in preserving your world.
That's...
It is vital that you proceed with this plan. 300 years ago, the Great Spirit descended upon Lenik. We have reason to believe the Great Spirit left part of itself behind, and that it now resides in the...
Which would make Alphen's earlier hypothesis.
That part inside the Maiden belongs to the core. So long as it remains, that is why it is necessary for... Without the Maiden's direct control over the Great Spirit...
No.
Wait. Naori said that the Renis Alma can suppress the self-realization of astral energy, and that the thorns can be neutralized by placing them in it. If so, can't the same also be done to the Great Spirit?
Well?
It is true that the Renis Alma is capable of what you suggest, and...
Yes!
However, doing so requires fine control on the level of the... Considering that the...
What does that mean for us?
Your starship will not be restored, and you will all be unable to leave here.
Why you?
Fine, then.
Alphen?
Whatever we do, if we mess up, Dana's screwed. If you're fine letting that happen, and we want to stop Dana from getting destroyed. If all you're gonna do is sit back and watch us where it's safe, then quit ordering us around and shut up!
Alphen.
What you say is irrational. Be that as it may, I shall accede to your demand.
You'll agree?
I am an observer. The Sovereign, Maiden, and Renis Alma are my species' greatest achievement. I wish to see how well they work against the Great Spirit in light.
But what are we supposed to do about the Renis Alma?
It is likely that the Renis Alma is with the Great Spirit.
So our only option to retrieve it is to head straight for the Great Spirit and...
According to my observations, the astral energy is most densely concentrated in the center of Rena, where the Great Spirit's core is located.
So right in...
I have one more question. What will happen to Rena once it vanishes?
Without the will of the Great Spirit, Rena is predicted to collapse. Even in such a scenario.
So you're saying that even...
Likely.
Man.
Have Rec 35 and fix our starship.
Excellent.
But I want to make one thing clear. Remember that.
It matters little to me. The end result shall be the same. Repair work on your starship has commenced. Finished.
Man. Is it too...
Is the
Shion, couldn't we make...
I'm not...
back in...
Except after... Besides...
Hevric...
You're probably...
You still thinking about...
I am.
You're worried...
The fact that our...
But you still intend to...
Well, even as I do...
I'm sure you...
Now that I think...
I'm no saint. But you changed that. Thanks to your... Of course. But we knew that not... When it comes down to...
That is...
Yeah, but as soon as you...
I understand what realistic...
Even if we can build a...
So you wish for people to form real bonds, and...
Yes, I... Do you still plan to return to Lenegis when this is over?
Indeed I do.
You'll always have a home in Menency.
As I shall ever keep in mind.
Well, if you ever need a helping hand, Doe.
Did you just... Thank you, Kis...
Don't even mention it. Don't you think that... Yeah.
Hey, why'd you call me here?
Well, so I wanted to apologize.
Apologize?
I was being real stupid before. I get why you're angry now, so I'm sorry.
No, Law. Of course you...
But you really trust Dana's will.
Yeah, but I think...
Believe?
Remember how...
Yeah, of course.
When we rescued... It was the first... Then, it made me...
So that's why...
Yeah.
Well, alright.
You will?
There's no way...
Remember?
Yeah.
That's not quite true.
You...
I sensed it when we first... But I think that...
So you're saying there's a little bit of... In a way...
What?
Well...
Yeah.
Hevric 35 might know, but... So thanks, Rinwell.
Ah.
To be honest, the only reason I feel like...
Huh?
Never...
Huh? No, what were you saying?
Saying? I don't remember
Come
saying
on.
anything.
Now you won't tell me what you were thinking?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Then spit it out already.
Same as you.
Remember when it was...
Age is an age.
If I hadn't run in, I wouldn't have...
Hey, Alphen. I want you to promise me something.
Yeah?
If we can't find... Like Hevric, I need you to promise me, Alphen. You'll use the Blazing Sword to destroy the Great
Huh?
It's true the Blazing Sword may not have the strength of the Renis Alma, but it's taken us this far. It's slain lords and beasts.
You can't be serious.
Listen, the Great Spirit isn't... We don't know what's going to happen when... I promise you, I'm not... But if it comes down to it...
Okay, but you should know that I'm not going to give up on you, I hope you can forgive me for that.
Alphen, okay. I am... So it's a promise then?
Yeah.
I remember how... But when you reached out to me, I don't have words for the...
That's because I couldn't feel pain back then.
Even once, but still.
You won't have to worry about...
You think so?
I do, because...
No. You can...
Harry.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Our task is relative.
We're fighting.
Right.
Then let's go, everyone.
Repairs on your starship.
Is that you, Hevrek 35?
I can see any.
Sounds like some.
Maybe we should give.
I have unlocked.
Warp drive? Wait, you mean like what the Red Women used on us?
It's possible that the Red Women...
Using the warp drive, you should be able to breach.
Wait.
You'll need to be careful.
So,
We gotta go all the...
Will all the Helganquil go back to normal once...
The extinction as such.
Can't that thing, like...
Well, come.
Hold.
You heard the lady.
I have one last question.
What?
As Sovereign, your identification number indicates that you are well past your predicted life expectancy. Similarly, the Maiden lacks any identification number, as her function should have been rendered unnecessary. Despite this, the two of you continue to exist.
We exist because others have entrusted this to us.
You mean it is because of multiple chance interactions? Why have you...
It's hard to explain. All right, time to get back on the Fall Knights.
It would appear...
You know what that means.
I guess this means...
There's nothing here.
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is...
Then this must be the Hollowing.
You mean to tell me this whole world?
And it's covering everything.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last...
So arrested.
Back in its day, but after being...
So the Great Spirit took everything.
And it bound the Helganquil in servitude.
And with nothing left here to...
You're saying if we don't stop it...
We can be sure that even these...
If the Oblivion... It looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
So this is Rena. This is where everything began. Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the same fate. Ever.
What do you mean?
Come to think...
This is a...
No, because...
Taking it... Looks like we're...
You think... So the...
I'm guessing...
I already... The problem...
In other words...
Back when...
If that's...
We might just be able... It won't be easy. Question...
What are the...
Yeah.
A lot will...
What do you mean?
It's well...
That's true.
Renans.
If only we... Not...
It will take...
Pharaoh no...
That's what... Imagine...
Yeah.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster. Hey!
You know, guys.
Yeah. Just got it.
Hey.
Yay!
All right.
We finally made it. Hey, she's pretty cute.
Who are you looking at? Quit gawking.
Yeah. Yep.
I can't. Thanks. We finally made it.
Dohalim pancakes!
Huh?
There is.
Hey, filled with at least. I'll also. Hey!
Maybe what... But... have some luck finding what we need at the farm.
Right.
Sax Leo.
Hey, Law.
We've reached our destination.
I wonder if something happened.
Yes.
Excuse me! Really now?
What?
I see.
Very nice.
Dohalim? The line of researchers is getting longer.
Perhaps I should have put more thought into this before accepting.
Huh? All right. Got it.
You guys want to rest here?
Why are you...
Hey, that...
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. So...
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Rise and shine. We're almost ready to leave.
Is this the barrier that's keeping the Zoogle in that Nath mentioned?
Looks like it. Our Zoogle pal should be on the other side.
This barrier is weird. It looks old and half-finished. Plus, he said it was okay to break.
I mean, we won't need it anymore once the Zoogle's gone, right? So what does it matter? Did they really think that barrier was enough for a Zoogle like that?
It was. That thing was sturdier than you give it credit for.
Really? So that's the Zoogle, huh? This should be a piece of cake.
Don't get careless, Law. What do you want? What to do about that big one?
Let's take it.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Now you see what I can do!
It's over! Take this! Keep it high! Just bash it out again!
Dragon form! Aim for the weak spot.
I can handle it!
Double demon fang!
Leave the enemy's arts to me!
No complaints here!
Double demon fang!
Supernova!
Incineration wave!
Alright, it's showtime!
Not today!
Tempting interruption!
Double demon fang! Incineration wave!
Shine! Radiant light! Force that regenerates! Regenerate! Don't suffer in
Double
silence!
demon fang!
Searing flame! Radiant
Double
sword!
demon fang!
Burning sword!
Incineration wave!
Amazing!
Where are you going?
Double demon fang!
Will this help?
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Perhaps now isn't the time?
I really don't.
I'm knocked up!
Don't mind if I do!
Negative gate! You're
There
mine!
you go! Don't let up! Shiny super
Force
Flame!
flash!
More where that came from!
Rendering you up!
Yes to the wind! Air
Double
thrust!
demon
The
fang!
waters of creation!
It's wide open!
It won't escape me!
I owe you, Sion.
Healing is what my arts do best.
All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction.
Everlasting darkness!
Freeze blade! Freeze blade!
Dragon form! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Orochi's Fury!
Here I come! Photon
I'm in your deck, Dohalim.
Then tonight's meal is on you. Keep going.
Soaring blast!
A wailing energy of lightning!
Seismic rupture! Severing wing! Rising Phoenix!
By the power of flame! Where are you going? Tidal wave! Magic is there! Air thrust! I'm out of ammo! Hold on to your armor! Here I come! All disasters never
Double demon fang!
healing security! By the
Incineration wave! Kisara!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops!
Let me show you what my
You're
heart
up
can
in
do between heaven and shine!
Void blast!
A wailing Banshee of lightning! Resurrection!
Soaring light spear!
Get on here together! Photon
Take this!
blessing!
You're up escape!
One at a time! It looks like you got it!
Double demon fang! Incineration wave!
You need to use all the power of heaven and earth!
This one's all
A
mine!
wailing Banshee of lightning!
Eat this!
Resurrection! Here goes!
Double demon
Get
fang!
on here, radiant light!
Incineration wave!
They're not playing around!
Take this!
It's about to strike!
No arm.
Look sharp, everyone!
Lightning orb!
Try harder!
Let the marksman handle this! Annihilation! By the rain down! You're without a trace!
Try harder!
Marker.
Alright!
Double demon fang!
The chain between heaven and earth!
Incineration wave!
No further.
You pay for that!
Take this! This one's mine! It's weakened!
Dragon Swarm! This ends now!
I'll bring you back from death abyss!
Explosive ring!
Steel force!
Is this it?
The waters of creation!
That's no rest
Here,
for the
let
wicked.
us immortal goblet!
See what I can do?
Any more of this and I'll burn out.
Unlock.
I'll be great on
Wind,
this!
take
Here's
this.
evil!
Searing Gale!
Elusive deity.
Raging sword! War without peace! Hold on to your heart! Here I come!
Double
Here's
demon
to the
fang!
wind! Hand thrustle! A whirling trouble!
Thanks, Sheila.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
Magic is there! Hand
Demon
thrust!
fang!
I'm almost impressed!
High praise coming from you.
I said almost. Don't get carried away.
The enemy is going all out!
Here comes the big one!
Hard malevolence! Big waterfall! Please now! Get on in there with
I couldn't make it in time.
you back from
Demon
death
Lash.
abyss!
Soaring blast.
Not done yet!
Double
demon
in the
fang!
sky is mine!
Incineration wave!
Can't be happy!
My weary companion.
Cure!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Glacial spear! Here's evil!
You picked the wrong fight!
Meteor!
Shine.
You must
Radiant
be
light.
closer.
Full regeneration. Regenerate.
A wailing dancing
I can
lightning!
carve through armor.
The glacial spear! Here's
Double
evil!
demon
I'm ready!
Bathed in blood. Rending you apart.
You're mine!
I'll do you all! A whirling storm! Here, let me help! Winds of heaven! First aid!
Masterful dash. Rending you
Here,
apart.
dominate the dark!
Incineration wave!
Shattering Here's evil! Attack time! The chain between heaven and earth!
Shine. Radiant
A
light.
wailing
Force of
dancing
regeneration. Regenerate.
Here's power!
Allow me to help you.
You must be tired of feeling.
You're not playing around! Right, watch out!
Ignite!
Negative gate. My turn. Let's go, guys.
Stay!
A thrilling performance.
Double demon!
No.
Heaven and earth!
Can't.
Send here!
Forgive me. This is my fault.
Incineration wave! Double demon fang! Double demon fang!
Look sharp. Lightning tiger blade.
Huh? What? It's a letter.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Hey.
Hey. No. Thanks.
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
Hey, Alf. What do you think of that chick over there?
Doesn't look like she really works out.
I'm not talking about her muscles, you dummy!
Right. Hi.
Ah!
Oh, great. Good.
Ah!
Thanks.
Yeah.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
We avoided getting roasted in that ring. What we could really use is something to cap this off.
Sure. Got any ideas on what would be good?
Mabo curry. Fried bread.
Right. Thanks.
Oh! Whoa! Whoa! We finally made it.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Just great.
Cheers! What? Wait, I hope Alvin?
Shion,
You let that eat. You never. Feeling better now? Now, Shion?
I'm sorry I lost my cool. Like that.
I wonder what
I can imagine.
There's no.
I get.
Looks like we've warped it into that pit of astral energy.
Helganquil!
Guess they don't need their Red Woman disguises anymore.
Wait, can you understand us?
It's no use.
So they really are being controlled.
I knew there was something off here!
They're not pulling punches. We have no choice but to beat them at their own game.
Double Demon Fang!
The last one! Spirits within the soil. Awaken and return!
Dragon Swarm!
Masterful dash!
Raging Fury!
This is looking good.
Can't
move! Stay calm.
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss.
Spirits within the soil.
Awaken and Death's Abyss. More for the stockpile. Holy Land! That'll bring you down.
Soaring
Try
harder! Now! Take this!
A wailing unity of land downfall! Let me show you what my power can be! Rise and shine!
Take this!
Here I come!
What would I do without you?
Now!
Do it!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
The everlasting darkness! Negative gate!
Inspiration wave!
Take
all the
all
power of my healing
Double demon fang!
Lightning again!
Flaming side! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet and...
Alphen.
I can't, but I hate killing them.
Perhaps. How?
Yeah, I know.
I wonder if we're going to get attacked again.
If we lose heart now, this whole mission is over. We have to stay the course.
I thought...
We haven't...
Just look at the...
A six-armed giant. Is this the Zeugl from the... Quest?
It's not only alive, but completely uninjured.
Right, here goes! You picked the wrong fight! Demon Lance! Double demon fang!
The flashing part's their weak point.
Incineration wave!
Of life.
Heal my weary companion! I'm knocked up! Cure!
No
odds of being interrupted! Heal my weary companion! Time! Cure! I'll smash you! Free from her.
Don't give up! By the power
Spirits within the soil!
Radiant
Awaken and wreak havoc!
Let the marksman imbue this vanquished soul with love. Blazing spear in here!
Radiant light! Double demon fang! Incineration wave!
Where are you going?
Is that a healing art?
It is. I can't ignore your pain.
I'll try to be more careful.
Incineration wave! Radiant light! It's wide open!
It won't escape me.
Okay, here I go! Thunder!
Charge like that could easily be fatal. Just as well, I'm here to stop.
My radiant light is yours to be let
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Perhaps now isn't the time?
I really don't.
Don't mind if I do.
Masterful dash! I can carve through armor!
Hit! Whoa! Hey! One at a time! Reload!
Regenerate!
It's over!
I'm in your debt, Gleam.
Then tonight's meal is on you.
Look up! Can you take it?
I'll heal you all!
Sanguine Blossom! Double demon fang!
I couldn't make it
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! From beyond! Take this! Imbue
Far
this
beyond
vanquished
the
soul
darkest
with
skies,
light!
I call upon thee!
Resuscitation! Thunder Fang! Thunder!
What was I thinking?
Shine! Thunder Fang!
Sleep now!
Regeneration!
Blood!
Watch yourself! Incredible power! Here comes the big one!
Tempted? More where that came from! Thunder
Captivity!
Radiant Pierce!
Damn it.
Thunder Fang!
Air thrust!
Easter! Elusive deity!
If it's in the sky, it's mine! Let's get you all tucked away! Lunar Corruption!
Try harder! Take this!
Gemini Aqua! Chinese Supernova! Right! This one's mine! Whoa! Well, looks like you got this one covered!
Double demon fang!
Air thrust!
Incineration wave! See what I can do!
A whirling fancy of lightning! In here!
Can't get out of this!
Get on in there with the others!
You're mine! Captivity! Radiant light! Force of regeneration! Flame inside me! Hey, more of this and I'll burn out! Force blast!
Burn in hell! Now's our chance!
I'm grateful.
Chain between heaven and earth!
Incineration wave! Try harder! I am not beyond fury!
Burning strike!
Force of regeneration!
Between heaven and earth!
Don't suffer inside.
A chain
We must be tired of killing me.
Behold! The Earth pulse! Tectonic vision!
Will this
Can you
help?
take it? Rhapsody of Storm!
Don't leave me!
No, but
Thanks for the healing. Watch yourself, okay? Yeah, you too.
Awaken and wreak havoc!
Now
Now you see what I can do! Masterful dash! Rending you apart! Bloody Pain on it!
I never miss.
Sorry,
You do the same for me.
that helped. Force blast! Soaring blast! Strike! Tear! Force deity! Okay, here I go. No dawn shall break anything in armor is all mine! Spirits within the soil. Awaken and wreak havoc! Force blast!
Lightning!
Strike!
By the power of the strike! Finish with us!
Stop, everyone! Hurricane thrust! Bloody howling!
Winds of heaven! First force!
Negative gate!
Burning thrust! Dance in the wind blade! First
Force
aid!
blast! Strike! Catapult! Force blast! Tempest! This one's all mine!
Lightning orb!
Strike!
Light astral energy!
Tear!
Rising star!
Strike! Hurricane thrust! Strike! Deity!
Resurrection!
Eat dirt! Rhapsody of darkness!
The waters of creation!
Tear! Strike! Penumbra!
Raging storm!
No dawn!
Bronze
Force
and
blast!
red! Gemini Alpha!
Hurricane thrust!
Annihilation! Wind astral energy!
Hurricane
Power
thrust!
flame!
Force
I am
blast!
without a
Breath of
trace.
life!
Sorry.
Heal! Forgive me. This is my life! Force blast!
Burning strike!
Strike! Tear! Another incantation ruined!
This one's mine!
Force blast! Tear! Hurricane thrust! Smash you!
Far enough!
On your knees! Air pressure! Tear!
Do it!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
well, we beat it in the end.
Let us harvest what we can use and take it with us.
Built for the sake of it and then cast aside.
I wonder how...
Is this a dead end?
It appears this whole room functions as an elevator. That apparatus there is likely what's used to control it.
What the? Where did they come from?
Less worry, more action. Concentrate.
Come one, come all! Ferocious Fury! That buzzing is driving me mad!
Hold on to your
Negative
heart.
gate!
Here I come!
We got flyers!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
Dance in the
Resonate
wind!
with the
Sleep now!
Severing wind! On your searing gale!
Do it!
Follow me! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed walk.
No! We can't get here!
I couldn't make it in
Maybe
time.
she'll keep our over kindness, huh?
She is strong. She can handle it.
You can be really dense still, Helene.
Not done yet!
Between heaven and earth.
Heal!
A wailing
Dragon swarm!
illuminate the Water, hear my call!
I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! More Stukos?
Keep calm and take them down!
Release the deity! Resonate with the earth!
Victory is within reach.
Dig deep, and we can do this!
Trust in fervor, little one.
Dragon Swarm!
Lunar corruption!
Dragon Swarm!
Within the soil.
Do it! Illuminate this astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Close that fear! Here's the evil! Magic is there!
Stalagmite!
Freeze! This one's mine!
Double Demon Fang!
Dance in the wind! Here's the healing arc! Do it!
Acceleration Wave! More?
Air thrust!
Awaken and wreak havoc!
A wailing lightning! Divine savior!
Thunder!
I'm on a roll!
Escape!
I can't imagine what we do without you, Rinwell.
Who, me? That's a little much, don't you think?
I'm serious. You're a lifesaver.
Wailing
Dragon Swarm! Orochi Fury!
You must be tired of killing me. I'm merely doing what I can to help. Glad you're on up.
I'm ready! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
I've used a bit too much healing.
Even in such a harsh environment as this, there are still creatures here?
You think they're native to Rena? Or could they be Zeugles somehow?
Whatever they are, they're dangerous. Watch yourselves around them. You think that pit stretches all the way to Rena's core?
Hi, Hoodle!
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
I never miss! Bronze and red!
Try hard, not a chance!
These things really get on my nerves!
I'm ready! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
I won't forgive you!
Double
The
Demon
flames
Fang!
will roar!
Consideration Wave!
Sanguine blood! Look now, these ones can run rings around us!
Here I come! Dragon Swarm! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Double Demon Fang!
Not much longer to go.
Come on, one final push!
Let's do this together, Ash.
Yours are not the skills of just any warrior.
Save your compliments. We have to move.
Prison ends.
Dragon Swarm! Orochi
Now!
Fury!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
With your flames and my technique,
We're stronger together than we are apart.
An opponent like this should be easy. Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave! Come one, come all!
A spot of feet hunting anyone?
You picked the wrong fight! Severing Wing! Searing Gale! You're mine! I'm not done!
I never miss! Here you go! Don't let up!
Double Demon Fang! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Here I come! Escape! Heal! I owe you one. I'm gonna need more than that.
Too much to handle?
Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave!
thanks, Shion.
Totally!
I'm sorry. Do better.
Okay, here I go! Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy
Searing Gale!
Light Astral Dance in the wind!
I'll smash you!
Light Astral Energy!
I'm ready!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case.
This'll make us... even more formidable.
Forgive you!
Double Demon Fang!
They're surrounding us!
Rending
you are in tip-top shape!
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
How could a girl ever say no? As impressive as always.
Well, I hope that wasn't true.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever. I've never seen Theon actually look good.
Actually, perhaps found is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
Last city of Donna!
Shattering the pieces! Attack time! Raising you apart! Double Demon Fang! This time! Double Demon Fang!
Double Demon Fang! Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
Explosion!
I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Looks like we got them all.
We should think about eating soon.
Really? I'm not all that hungry myself.
Don't make me say it again.
Yeah, good idea.
Little help!
Awaken and recap! Not today!
Razor Cyclone! Graviton!
Double Demon Fang!
I think I'll pass out the hand.
Incineration Wave!
Freeze Lancer! That'll bring you down! Air Thrust! Photon!
The fluidity of your movement is simply incredible.
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara! Rising Sun! Dance in the wind! Air Thrust! Chain between heaven and earth! Razor Spear!
Double Demon Fang!
Freeze Lancer! Dance in the wind! Air Thrust!
Incineration Wave! Down on the ground! Double Demon Fang!
Into the shadows!
Incineration Wave! Soaring!
Gale Force!
I'll smash you!
Lightning Daring! Thunder Blast! Illuminate the dark!
Far enough!
Holy Land! A chain between heaven and earth! Here!
Incineration
A
Wave!
whirling beauty of lightning! Divine!
Never try harder! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Double Demon Fang!
Demon Blast!
Incineration Wave!
Damn it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case. These structures don't look like anything built by the Renans, or even what we saw in the Forbidden Zone.
Perhaps this is the true architectural style of the Helgangrun. Or...
An opponent like this should be easy. Double Demon Fang! Double
Insects should stay on the ground. Anything in order.
Flying free! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion,
can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done. You have such an incredible technique.
Brute force is nothing without elegance of form.
I don't know if I'd say nothing.
Rending you apart.
I'm ready. The last light. I never fail.
Awaken and wreak havoc.
Lunar corruption.
You attack without mercy.
Because I can't afford to hesitate.
Not against the worthy opponent.
Your astral arts are truly incredible. Every little bit helps, right? Indeed it does. I'll keep pushing to these
Air thrust.
How much longer will our healing arts last?
Come and face me! Double demon fang!
Captivity!
Double demon fang! Can't move!
Don't give up! Heaven and earth! A wailing banshee of lightning! Divine saber! A whirling
Your arts are really incredible.
It's thanks to you I can use them.
Then I promise I'll always use
Do it! You fight better at an astral energy!
Say no more!
You sure showed them.
All in a day's work.
those thorns.
I'm not letting them get in our way!
This looks nice and tough.
An opponent like this should be easy. Can't get out of this!
Holy Glimmer!
You picked the wrong fight! It can hide itself? Amazing!
Let me see what I can do! Soaring Blast!
Double Demon Fang!
I'll show you what my heart can do!
Double Demon Fang!
Let's get you all tucked away!
Thanks, Sion.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
Incineration Wave!
I'm weak.
Quit pushing yourself and get behind us!
I'll be right as rain in no time.
Take this!
Thank you for the healing, Dahlim.
Our comrades need our ability
No
to
more
survive.
playing
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
This one's mine!
Where are you going?
A wailing banshee of
I'll
lightning!
bring you back from death's abyss.
Attack time!
Divine reach! The water is
Try harder! No, you can't!
droplet!
No rest for the wicked.
I'm not done!
Radiant light!
Boost
of regeneration!
Okay.
I couldn't make it in time.
Burning strike! Magic is
Let me see what I can do!
Burning strike! Too much to handle! Bring you back from death to win! Air thrust! Retain the kingdom! Here's a healing heart! A wailing banshee of light! Divine burst!
It's in your hands now.
Double
Wind
Demon
astral
Fang!
energy!
Incineration Wave! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
We may... Maybe a touch beyond our depth.
We barely got a look at the thing.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Come one, come all!
Radiant Pierce! In here! Take this! Watch these!
Double Demon Fang!
Annihilation!
Incineration wave!
Flying freeze! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Double demon fang! Incineration wave!
Prepare to be sealed.
Actually, that sound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
Thunder fang!
Sleep now.
Orochi Fury!
Bloody howling!
Double demon fang!
You are in his house.
As soon as I'm done here, come
Do
help
it!
out.
That's it, Gorilla.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops! Wow! Look... What I just found.
Right, here goes!
Glacial
Burn it
Double
demon fang! Incineration wave!
Amazing.
Too fast!
Stand back.
Try harder!
I'll trip it up.
I'm not done! Struck! Double demon fang!
Rending you apart.
Incineration wave! It's over!
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
Take this.
Double demon fang! Incineration wave! Burn in hell!
Anything in armor is all mine. I'll smash you.
Double demon fang! Now I can let loose! Strike! Dragon form! Double demon fang! Incineration wave! You're mine! Double demon fang! In an instant! Impact block!
A fascinating art there.
Yeah. Care to give it a try?
No. A little unrefined for my taste.
That's how you judge them?
Seismic rupture! No! Can't end here!
Don't leave me! Thanks!
From
Don't
beyond,
mind if I do.
imbue this.
Thanks for the
Take
healing.
this.
Watch yourself, okay? Yeah, you too. They've got me in their sights.
Soaring blast! Double demon fang! I'm ready! Incineration wave! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Elfin!
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right beside you! Here it now!
In an instant! Impact block!
So I still had room to grow.
Looks like some solid equipment.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Heaven and earth. I'm not done! Awaken and wreak havoc!
As if the normal Ice Clones aren't disgusting enough.
You're mine! Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave!
The waters of creation.
Not today! I'm not done! Dragon Swarm! No launch! Searing Gale! Let's try harder! Not a chance! I'm not done!
Where are you going?
Thrust!
Here, let me help.
No more, or I'll burn out! Sanguine Blast! I'll smash you! Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Elusive Deity! Double Stop! Orochi Fury! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Double Demon Fang!
I'll stop its charge. Thank you,
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops!
The heavens must be smiling.
Retreat if you know what's good for you. I shall ensure you survive this. Incineration Wave!
Here's the evil.
Try hard, my turn! Easter!
Oh, sparkling stars of light. Rain down and purify all. There, burn up. It's over. Lightning, downfall, meteor, storm. Came between heaven
Can't
and
move!
earth.
I couldn't make... You're mine!
This one's mine! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case.
You finally made it.
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
Yes.
Hey, if we find anyone who needs help... Here.
I know. We'll make sure to ask what's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got it.
Very well.
This is the Vicent training ground.
Hey, isn't that a Helganquil?
Is it some sort of prototype?
Whatever it is, it's a real tough customer. Thunderfang!
Banana, let's go! Blah, blah, blah.
Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave!
Freeze Laser! Celestial Hammer! Ice Whistle!
Here, let me help.
I owe you one.
Nothing gets by me.
By the power of flame! Vanish without a trace!
Spirits within the soil. Awaken and
Blue Freeze Lancer! Dance in the wind! Air Blast! The waters of creation!
Bloody Howling! Double Demon Fang!
Freeze Lancer!
Radiant Light!
I'll be...
Okay, here I go.
Is that a healing art? It is.
You picked the wrong
Can't ignore your
fight.
pain. Now try to be more careful.
Double Demon Fang!
Raging Storm!
Incineration Wave!
Stars in the sky is mine!
Regenerate!
Illuminate the blah, blah, blah. Holy Land! Chain between heaven and earth!
Double Demon
A
Fang!
wailing empty light is
Double Demon
the
Fang!
waters of creation! Resurrect! Dance in wild conflict! Tidal wave! You get the gist!
Double Demon Fang!
Freeze Lancer! Reload!
On your knees.
Water, hear my call!
You picked the wrong fight.
Whistle! Glacial Sphere! Here's evil!
Incineration Wave!
Illuminate the dark! Magic is there!
Double Demon Fang!
Chain between heaven and earth!
Elusive
A
Demon
wailing
Fang!
dance the open here! Enemy! Flame of Jade! Glacial Sphere! Pierce evil!
Double Demon Fang!
Freeze Laser! Now Stalagmite!
Spirits within the soil. Magical Blast! Double Demon Fang!
Here's a healing art!
Incineration Wave!
Okay.
Take this!
Thunder Field! Lunar
Double
Corruption!
Demon Fang!
Banana, let's go!
Double Demon Fang!
The waters of creation!
Double Demon Fang!
Dance in wild conflict!
Catapult!
Tidal wave!
See what I can do!
Denied!
Penumbra!
Here, don't mind if I do!
Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave!
In the wind! Air thrust! One more time! Here's a healing art!
I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
Show me what my heart can do!
Blue
Rise,
Escape!
shine!
Dragon Swarm!
Resurrect! Lightning
Double
orb!
Demon Fang!
Lightning condemned!
Resonate with the
Thunder
orb!
here!
Stalagmite!
Photon lunar corruption! Gemini Aqua! Hold on to your arm! Here I come!
Try harder! My turn! Thrust! Dragon Swarm!
Take this! War for the stockpile!
Double Demon Fang!
Radiant
Double Demon Fang!
Maelstrom!
Incinerating Wave!
Use all the power of my stone on all. I never fit phase one! Come forth, the helix of
Now you
purity!
see what I can do! No escape!
Confiscated!
Thunder Fang! Double Demon Fang!
A wailing banshee of lightning! Divine City!
You may be strong, but I'll never back down! Fist off! Easter!
In here!
Double Demon Fang! Incineration Wave! No further! Shine!
Sleep now!
Double Demon Fang!
This will come in handy! Arc Seal! Shining Supernova!
You're mine!
Take this! Don't mind if I do!
Double Demon Fang!
Sanguine Blow!
Incineration Wave!
I
can carve through armor!
Resurrection! Far enough! Alright, it's showtime!
Double Demon Fang!
I'll grind you into dust! This one is almost in the bag!
Not done yet. It's just falling back.
Then it's time for you to do what you do best!
Double Demon Fang!
Breath of life!
Heal my weary companion! Double Demon Fang!
Into the shadows!
Double Demon Fang!
I'll heal you all! Sleep now! Healing circle!
They smite with blackened blade!
Into the shadows! If I do! I'm all stopped!
Bending you apart!
I'm ready! Astral energy!
Say no more!
How about it?
Yeah.
Hey!
Serious?
I see someone who looks troubled about something.
A little compassion can make all the difference. I propose we speak to them.
Remember to tell...
Hell yeah! There's no... Yes!
Seriously, what? They take us for?
Research subjects, just like everything else.
survive this. You're mine!
Ready to go! Between heaven and earth. A wailing sea of lightning! I'm not so good with airport targets.
Here I come!
Divine Savior! Well, looky here.
That thing looks pretty menacing.
Ah, nothing we can't handle.
Hi, Hoodle!
This one's all loaded up! Incineration wave!
Velocity of darkness!
Burn in hell!
A banana, let's go!
Covering wave!
It looks like you got this covered.
This one's mine!
Celestial Hammer!
Here I come! Moon Gate! Dragon
Show me
Force!
what my heart can do! Rise and shine!
Orochi Fury! Rending you apart! Bloody howling! Orochi Fury!
Holy Light! By the
Double
power of
Demon
water!
Fang! Awaken and wreak havoc! Incineration wave! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Moon Gate!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
They smite with black and
Hasten the waters of creation!
I owe you one.
Here
Here I come! Try harder!
On your more for the stockpile!
Double Demon Fang! Incineration wave! Wide open!
It won't escape me.
Save you!
Forgive me. This is my fault.
I owe you one.
Let's go!
You must be tired of hearing me. I'm merely doing what I can to help. Glad you're on our side.
Lunar collection!
Thanks! I'm not done! Thanks! It's on!
What was I thinking?
Try harder! Can't move!
Sorry. I didn't want to put you out.
What are friends for if we can't depend on one another?
You're right. I'll bear that in mind.
Careful. That's no ordinary zoo. Go.
Yeah? Well, we're no ordinary party either.
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?